Hello everyone, this is AJ Urmston-Toft here at the Alexandra Palace, London. A little bit from a break from the norm, as it would. So, after the games, the players come for a little press conference, and each of the outlets have a couple of questions, and usually we take snippets from our question out of a main video. So a big video comes along, we take our bits, and that's the stuff that you see. But I think what I've just witnessed in front of my own eyes was probably one of the most open, honest accounts for a person. This interview with Rob Cross, I think everyone would need to see. Obviously, a thing that's been highlighted, especially in this tournament with actions and stuff, is mental health. And I'm sure there's many people out there watching that have suffered from it or know someone who's suffered from it. But what Rob Cross says in this interview, and in this press conference, should I say, is honest, it's frank, and only the way Rob Cross could have really done it, really. I think this will hit home with a lot of people, but in a positive way. Obviously, if you are struggling, if you are finding things difficult, go out there, try and seek that help that you need. It's really important. I think this is going to be a moment in darts, really, and I think in sports generally, where it's okay to not be okay. I know it's a cliche, and I didn't want to use cliche, but I think to be this open and transparent was very refreshing, and hopefully, and I hope Rob is okay. He's a tremendous player, a tremendous ambassador for the game, but I think this is a true reflection of a person, and I think this will be a pivotal moment in our game. Honestly, I'm not just saying this for clickbait. I think this really could be a huge step in the right direction for sports, for darts, for mental health. Enjoy the interview. If you've got any comments, please leave them underneath, but I feel this is a big one. I really do.
Rob, many congratulations, a hard-fought win. Tell us your emotions through that game.
Yeah, it was, first set, come out, give it the beans, and thought to myself, here we go, nice little 3-0, let's get it, let's sort of tuck into him, really, But, as the game developed, he was resistant. I didn't really play the way I wanted to play. But look, I'm very grateful to sit here now and get the job done, and I get another chance to correct that. I think I'm actually fixed, but I just can't sort of switch off. So we need to sort that out.
In the first round, you took out a 170 to win the match, and in this game, it was a 92, another clutch checkout. Does it give you much confidence that you can take out these big checkouts in these really high-pressure moments?
That's what I made a living off, really, without boasting or anything. I think I can be one of the best finishers in the game under the cosh, 100 plus, and it'll go, I've had many a good finishes, and I think that's part of my game, where you meet a lot of, especially youngsters now, they can hit a lot of 180s, big scorers, but if you put me within, I don't know, 60 or 80 points, I still fancy the leg, So I can be a little bit off the pace, but not too much.
You were defending prize money from a semi-finals run here 2 years ago.
Thanks for reminding me.
Now that you've won 2 games, are your sights on a deep run or even a second title here?
No, I think I do well. If I didn't win it, I wouldn't be happy or anything like that. And look, it's the pinnacle of the game. You need to get up for it. You need to do stuff. If it was a good sort of first set today, and I give it, and I didn't sort of function the game, but fair play to him, and he made it a bit awkward, and yeah, just happy to get over the line. I get to enjoy sort of Christmas now with my babies, go home, and I haven't seen them for a while because I've been guilty for practicing. I ain't done that for a while either, but no, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice to win and not be at your best, because if I do get my best out of it, I don't think I'll worry about anyone.
Best of luck.
Cheers, mate.
Bobby.
Pass, go, wasn't it?
Congratulations.
I'm glad I never said puff, go.
Congratulations, buddy. Does that match kind of sum up your season? First set, 107, second set, 77, then a 90. Just that inconsistency within one game. Does that kind of sum up your season to date?
I don't actually think so. I think, in the last 6 months I couldn't find 107. I should have sent my grandmother out there to find that 107 in the last 6 months. And look, the game is better and I've started well. I probably exerted myself first set, It was a little bit harder up there today than what it was sort of 10 days ago. No excuses, but look, I'm fine. And I think, it's a pressure game and all. I think the more pressure on me, I think then I say to myself, look, it's now or never. And that's what it is. And I haven't quite hit crunch time yet. But if I need that, hopefully it's there. If it's not, then hopefully I just play well anyway.
You touched on being fixed. What's changed in the last 2-3 months? Because like you say out there, we've got the old Rob back where you celebrate finishes. You're not keeping it in. We're getting those performances. What's changed in the last 4 weeks for this to happen?
I can't answer it. I stopped taking me tablets. It's one of them, innit? And I was on them. I feel low in life, like we all do. Too guilty, to speak out for it, like we do. But at the same time, no, I just stopped and I just thought to myself, I'm better off being mates with the person what's inside instead of trying to shut him off, with no emotions. And that's the way I felt in that. So I stopped him before I come. I feel okay. I feel great. It brings the openness out instead of trying to lock something away, because that's what they've done to me.
This is a very topical thing at the moment, mental health in sport, but it's been very spoken about here at Alexandra Palace and dart players, and we've seen it on the stage and so on, and you talking about it there. Is that something that not just darts but sports in general needs to do better at, is the mental health aspect and making sure sportsmen, people are okay in life?
I've suffered with that for a long time, and I'll probably a first interview, what I'd ever admit to it. And a long time before darts, we all get low and we all get thingies, and we grow up and we think to ourselves that we should be stronger instead of being weaker, and you can't show that side, and that's where I'm at. I'm guilty for not expressing myself to the people what I trust with my own life, So if I can't talk to them, what chance have I got to go and do other stuff? But what I would say, having good people around you, anyone what you trust, anyone what wants to help, if you have got that and you do feel like that, you need to speak up. It's going to eat you away eventually. And anyone out there what feels like that, they need to try and find a good person to do right and do the right thing for them. Cheers, mate.
Well done today, Rob.
Cheers, mate.
Have you spoke to anyone away from the game about that?
No, I have had other stuff. I think I can be awkward at times. I'm not much of a talker, like I said, and I think everyone looks over my shoulder to make sure I'm all right when they know I'm wrong, and they always make sure I'm right, and I'm a lucky person to have that. But at the same time, I'm not an instant person to go, oh, I've got this, or me. It's not like that, I tell you where I am lucky in life. I've got 4 beautiful kids, and if I didn't have them, maybe a little bit different with certain stuff. But sometimes I need to path their way in life, and my parents try for me. It's my job to try for them, and I think it's a good thing, And then I probably look at my little boy now, my youngest, and he's going to have something similar. But it's okay, because if you've got good people around you, you always deal with it. Always make the best what you can.
What's it going to be like going back for Christmas with them and spending that time with them?
It's going to be nice now that I've won. Obviously, if I would have lost today, it would have been a miserable Christmas. I would have gone home and sulked like a big baby. What I am sometimes and all. But to go back to them, I'm going to go back tomorrow. I'm going to see them, and like I said, I went home. Well, I say home. I went back to Hastings to do my practice. It's worked and all. I've been good down there, but at the same time, sort of been away from the family, because this time of year, I think you need to sacrifice stuff. You need to try and make it the best what you can. We look over that 6-month period. What I had bad, it was no good. So we have to change same. But yeah, to go home and see him Christmas Day, see him tomorrow, it mean the world to me. It really will. Thank you.
Rob, well done on the win.
Cheers.
You've been very open in this interview, and I think we all appreciate that. You said it's the first time that you've spoken about these issues. Why have you decided to speak about them now? Was it something that you wanted to get off your chest?
I think at the minute I feel a little bit more in control. So maybe if I feel in control, it's probably helped me just to say, and I only want to skim it anyway. I don't want to go into major stuff, you know. But that's where I'm at the minute. But just to speak up, you know, we all watch people. We all sort of have people in our life, and it's important, yeah, that they're okay and stuff, you know. We're all human beings. We all want to be treated well, don't we? Don't get me wrong, we're all guilty for not helping ourselves sometimes, but even then, you know, you need a good Samaritan on your shoulder to get through. For me to talk, you know, I'm happy to skim it and other stuff, and I'm just so lucky, yeah, that I've got all them great people around me. I think it puts it in perspective, you know, and skimming this one and all, like with Rabbi not being well, you know, I think that's focused me a little bit more and stuff, and look, he's doing all fine now, he's all great, but I think sometimes I would say this. I went and done an exhibition in Germany, and I know I'm going to take your time up now, like I'm going to tell a story. And I've been okay. I think I've been okay for the last sort of 3 weeks, really. I've skipped stuff, I've done stuff, I've tried to sort my life out. And I went to a place in Germany with Phil, the German caller, and we went to a children's hospital. And we went around there, and when you see actually people what are going through that with certain stuff, and I'm not going to say what happened there, and it was even more horrific than that, but at the same time it puts life in perspective for people, yeah, what are okay, sort of, and when you've got kids that they're okay, you know. And I think sometimes, look, we always have to find a bit of good, and I know it sounds bad that seeing that, you know, but it really did make me sort of realise how lucky I am in life and how blessed we are that they are okay, you know. And I think it's important. It's important, you know, and there's always someone out there, yeah, what's going to go through something what's worse than what you're going through, and I don't mean that badly, and that's why, yeah, you need to talk.
Thank you, Rob. Well said.
Cheers,
Good luck.
No tears today. You smiling?
Always smile. Rob, as you alluded to, it was a bit of a topsy-turvy game. There was peaks and troughs in that game. What do you think you're going to do between now and your next game? Where is it concentration? Is it just you're going to take your work clothes off and just enjoy the moment that you're in now, and then go back to work?
I think that's the important bit. I think you hit the nail on the head there. It's the enjoyment, you know. And I actually think my game's good at the minute. I know I've not showed it. Guilty. I could do a Peter Wright here and sing to the ceiling, but it might not, you know, it might not materialise. And he's class and all, and he knows how good he is, and that's why he does do it. I'm probably on the other side. I like to be a bit modest, you know. But at the same time, when you look at it, I know it's there at the minute. I'm going to go home. I'm going to enjoy a little bit of family time. I'm not going to neglect the ball because I've done enough of that this year. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy a bit of family time, get my practice right, and I'll be coming back early for my next round, whoever I play. I think that game's tonight. And I make sure I'm ready, you know. I'm here to try and win it. If I'm making the numbers up, yeah, I won't play my next game. I'm not bothered. The money won't change my life. Nothing could change my life. But winning this is the pinnacle of the game, and that's the most important bit, you know. We're not... Yeah, it looks great there on your ranking, looks great in the bank, but at the same time, if you can win anything, this is the one. And that's the most important bit.
Well, we wish you the best of luck in the next round, and enjoy your time away with the family, and all the best.
Thank you very much.
Well played, Rob.
Cheers, mate.
Do you like to think that speaking out like this will help other young players, younger, less experienced players who are perhaps struggling?
I think no matter who you are, whether you're big, small, you know, great, worse off, whatever, you know, I do believe speaking out will help anyone anyway. Do you know? I had even my dad, and then he tries to push me sometimes, and he goes to me, he said, like, a problem shared's a problem halved, you know, and been a great man and stuff, and he's always there. But you sort of look at him at the time and I think you donut. What'd you say that for? But he's 100% right. 100% right. It's me what's in the wrong.
Given the struggles you had, are you viewing this tournament and next year in general as a bit of a fresh start for you?
Yeah, I think you've got to wipe the slate clean sometimes, you know. It's not good, just to carry baggage in life, you know. You've got to let go sometimes, and whether it's been bad, whether it's been good, you just got to go up there, do a job and try and do it to the best of your capabilities. But probably the biggest thing for me, when I enjoy it, when I like that buzz, you know, you hit that shot under the scrutiny and you think to yourself, I've done that well. And the adrenaline buzz, you know. I tried that today, first set, and I sort of collapsed a little bit afterwards, but that won't happen every time. I'll get that right, and we just keep moving forward.
Normally at this time of year, players like yourself have been asked about the Premier League and stuff like that.
Not
Is that
bothered.
in your thoughts at all?
No, I say I'm not bothered, not to snub it, you know. It's the greatest show what we have in the calendar to a certain degree, you know. This is the pinnacle of the game, and the Premier League's the greatest show, you know. Fantastic to be part of. Nah, not really. I think after the Premier League and stuff, I struggled so much, I'm not even going to look that far. It's okay. I think it's about me. I'll put myself first. And, look, if I'm ready and I'm playing well enough, then, look, I'm going to have a good run. So you sort of look at the minute. It's sort of go back to your grassroots, try and do all your ranking, not stay off the job for too long. And look, I've got nothing to defend after this. I think we all talk about ranking like it's so important. But if I was to, say for instance, I lose next round, that'd go on the ranking, and then I've got nothing to defend for 2 years, so I've got nothing to worry about. Rankings don't matter, other stuff don't matter, you know. You just got to be you. You've got to be real, and you just got to keep moving forward. And when you're ready to win, I always win.
Thanks a lot, Rob. All the best.
Hey Rob, totally fine if you think you've said enough about this.
I couldn't hear you there.
So, hey, can you hear me?
No, I'm all right. I was taking the mic.
Sorry, louder than but no, totally fine if you think you've said enough about this and you don't want to say any more about it. But you said like you were on some kind of medication. Is that something that you've been diagnosed with, or is that like a long-term condition?
No, it's just a bit of help and other stuff. And don't get me wrong, with the ADHD side and the other stuff, that's all there and all. But it just probably hit a point where I needed a bit of help, you know, and I thought that, look, it is the way to go because it gets you through it. Other stuff, we're just skimming it and you take that, but it sort of, it just cuts a few things out, and when you're trying to do this and you want to be clear and you want to try and give it your best, you know, I think if I would have stayed on it, I would have been out first round, but that would have been me, you know. So now I'm just trying to deal with it, and I tell you what has helped me, having good people around me. I think that's helped more, and it has sorted me to a certain degree, you know. I've been on it long enough to actually start to feel a bit better, so I've just tried to keep them good moods going.
Yeah. I mean, you've always been great with us, you know, with us guys. You're great on the telly.
I'm too down to earth, that's my problem.
Well, exactly. But I mean, do you think people underestimate how tough the darts life can be as well?
It's not darts. I would have had them problems even if it weren't darts. I think that's the important bit. I think it doesn't matter where you come from, what you've got. You could have every bit of money in the world, but if you're not happy, you're not happy, you know. And I think it doesn't matter how much. It's not about money. It's not about objects or anything, you know. I think it is about trying to have good people in your life, because that helps to try and sort you out of that slump. But it's not about anything financial, what's going to change anything or do anything. It's about yourself and being right, you know. And look, like I already said, I think anyone like that, what feels like that, they need to talk, you know, because I think that I can play the Billy. I'm going to get a fine. I think that I can play the Billy Big. But at the same time, it isn't the case. It isn't the case, you know. We can only wear so much as human beings, and sometimes, we need that extra helping out, just with the extra hand.
Cheers. Go well.
Cheers, mate.